So a couple of weeks ago, I did a video talking about Battlegrounds and talking about the possibility of Microsoft trying to do a deal to keep the game as an exclusive on Xbox. And the real short version of that video, if you didn't catch it, was me saying that from a personal standpoint, from a gamer standpoint, I hope that they don't, because, you know, I enjoy Battlegrounds and I'd like for other people to enjoy the game. Like, I don't get any satisfaction about people not being able to play good games. But from a business standpoint, I think it absolutely makes sense for Microsoft to try and capture this game for the long haul. And it turns out that may be what is happening. According to Bloomberg, Microsoft is currently engaged in talks with Bluehole to extend their agreement to publish Battlegrounds exclusively. Now, does that mean it would become a true exclusive and never reach PlayStation? Or does it mean that they're paying extra just to keep it off PlayStation for an extended period of time, say something like a full year before the game would be released on another platform? I mean, we really don't know. It just says that they're in talks to extend their partnership. If it's just to keep it off PlayStation, though, I mean, that is going to be really funny to see how they try to spin it, because Phil Spencer, we've talked about this plenty of times before, he's on the record as saying that he doesn't like to do those deals. He said that he wasn't going to do those deals, or at least I think he said he wasn't going to do those deals in the future. He definitely said that he didn't like to do those deals to keep games off other platforms, but if that's what he does, they're going to have to explain it somehow. Phil is the head of Xbox, but that doesn't mean that he's the sole decision maker, of course. But I would imagine if a deal does go through, that he would have to sign off on it. So it would have to have his approval. Or maybe they could be looking at adding Bluehole as one of their studios. I mean, that's another far-fetched possibility. I mean, it's been quite a while since I've heard any news of Microsoft buying up any studios, or maybe it's just passed under the radar and it slipped my mind. The last thing that I remember happening was them shutting down Lionhead. So they've been shutting down studios. I don't remember the last time they added any. Now, if that would be a smart decision is a totally another discussion, because as far as I know, they just have this one hit so far with Battlegrounds. Now, I have praised Battlegrounds over the last several months. I have put in a ton of time into that game and I love it, but they have had several step backs in the last couple of weeks. They were review bombed on Steam a couple of weeks ago from people who were upset about the Loot Crate news. The devs pissed off a lot of people by attacking Fortnite for copying their game mechanics, and it's not like anybody has any copyright over a genre. And what they ended up doing was just giving free publicity to Fortnite, because people didn't even realize Fortnite was going to have this mode. At least a lot of people didn't. And so it was kind of like the Streisand effect, where after they made a big stink about it, more people actually jumped on Fortnite to try out this game mode. So they ended up helping Fortnite instead of having the effects that I think they were hoping they would. And then most recently this week, they have been plagued by server issues, and they've been review bombed again, this time by putting in-game advertisements on Chinese servers. So they have stepped in a lot of doo-doo the last couple of weeks. But even after the recent missteps, I mean, it is still a huge game with a ton of people playing, and with Microsoft ready to launch the X, with a solid release of Forza 7 that's got great reviews, and Cuphead that got great reviews in the last week. Being able to add one of the year's biggest titles to your console as a true exclusive would help solidify the fact that Microsoft is striking back hard, and is back in the game for console players. So, post your thoughts down below. Should Microsoft try to grab up Battlegrounds as a true exclusive? Post your thoughts down below. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn.